further up this Basin trail, and to the left there is a really, really pretty meadow there. And well, my climb is up there, up ahead, but I've got time to enjoy pretty meadows for now, which I'll take. And yeah, we'll do a 180, no 360. Getting up on the final switchbacks, heading over to Peeler. Very well-traveled trail here, but yeah, nice views here. These big granite kind of slabs and everything. It's really nice. Saw a decent amount of people. Stopped and talked to a guy and his daughter, and he seemed like a really nice guy. He had a really nice laugh, and I liked his personality. It's probably good we don't stay at the same campsite tonight, because I'd probably want to talk to him and then probably get into regretting that I talked to someone for so long. Anyhow, onwards and downwards, I think. Lots of big boulders. Car, school bus size kind of boulders here. It'd be kind of cool to be able to see one fall sometime. Or maybe not. Well, I've been talking for the past 2 minutes, narrating a video I thought I was taking. Apparently it was set on photo, so let's try this again. So here's my campsite right here, and we'll take a look at it a little bit closer. I'm on the trail right here, looking towards the direction that I came from, and down that way, kind of, if you can see past this outcropping of rocks on the other side, there's an area. I was going party central in my previous narration. Lot of campsites, a lot of little pads, kind of closely packed together. There's only a couple people down there, but I wanted to continue on, so I did. I took the trail down this way and went up here, came down and looked down there. Perhaps you can hear the voices of the people I saw. They were just kind of throwing their packs down, getting set up. I heard some other voices, so I figured that might be some people around, so I doubled back. And the nice thing about this spot is there's nothing, it's kind of in the middle of these two areas where I saw people, and there's not, as far as I could tell, no choices in between either. So we'll take a look here. It's a pretty good spot, nothing super great, but it's pretty nice. Got the tent here, got a couple logs on either side. This one here, nice little area to kind of use as a windscreen for cooking and boiling water for coffee. It's nice and shaded, which would be pretty nice throughout the rest of the day. Although it's a little cool right now, it's not real hot. It's a nice cool breeze. We got the very close water access, of course, at a lake. It's not like the direct drop off into the rocky water or something like that. There's you could see a little bit of some trees here, but nothing too bad. I just take a dip that way a little bit, swim out, cool off, come back, make dinner. In fact, as I say that, there's a little kind of beach area over there. So yeah, that's the spot for tonight at Peeler Lake. Looking forward to getting in the water. And then I got up here kind of early, earlier than I thought I would. About 4 o'clock a little bit after. So yeah, not eat dinner yet. Maybe have a little snack. Wait a bit, swim. Wait a bit, swim, and then make dinner, and call it a night. But that's the campsite there, and talk in a bit. So here we have Thai kind of beans and peas and carrots and a coconut curry sauce. A little watery, but pretty tasty. It's pretty good. I'll cook it different next time though. All right, so sorry for the shaky camera. It's just hard to get a close-up shot of this map without a better kind of tripod, or a taller tripod, which I really have no need for. So yesterday started out here at the parking lot here, Twin Lakes, Robinson Creek Trailhead, and there's that meadow that I was kind of taking a look at and filming, and continued through here up to Barney Lake here, and I stopped for 15 minutes and just kind of snacked and ate some food, and then came up around here following the trail to about here, and this is where you start climbing up on the switchbacks, which are pretty easy, really. They're not steep. You can just kind of move about as quickly as you would if you were just on a kind of a flat path. There's really not too much incline to them. So here is where there's a trail break. You can go up here to Robinson Lakes and Snow Lake. I'm not doing that though, so I took the right at the Y, I guess, and continued up further, up some more switchbacks, and then reached Peeler Lake, and was followed by an enormous fly. And probably right about here is where there's Party Central, and it's kind of stupid for me to use that term because it was, a man and a woman in one campsite and a man in the other, and they're both being totally silent. But it looked like it had the potential to be kind of a packed-in place. I ended up camping right, if you see this, kind of go in close, there's a little outcropping right there, camping right next to that there on this side. And yeah, it was nice. Kind of a decent sleep, I guess. Woke up probably like once an hour, so it was one of those ones, but I feel rested, so that's all right, I guess. So today we'll continue past, Peeler Lake, down here through, and I believe the name is I'll have to look at the map, Carrick Meadow, that's right. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit or pull my hand out. We'll continue down here, and then break left at this trail here, hit some switchbacks, come down through here, and then break over to Benson Lake. So that's, I believe, 12 miles. Should take, I'm going to guess, about 5-6 hours, because it's not a lot of elevation gain and drop. So it should go relatively quickly, just like yesterday. So the first 2 days are going to be pretty easy. Third day is going to be a bit of a different story. But we'll get to that when the time comes. Real quick. So there was this pile, it was like a triangle of rocks against this log. I noticed. Figured it was kind of the remnants of a fire pit someone kind of cleaned up and put over here. But so yeah, I was covering up this sign, no camping here. So I didn't see that till this morning when I was packing up. I saw kind of, this little plaque behind one of them, the corner a bit, and yeah, so I knocked them down a little bit, so maybe next time someone walks by, they'll see that and keep going. And I think it's maybe just because there's this kind of small kind of ground cover going down to the lake. It is pretty close to the water. Anyhow, no camping here. It's about 8:35 and I'm heading out. And it's also pretty close to the trail here, so that may be another reason they don't want people. But anyhow, yep. Talking a bit. I got a nice meadow here. Probably been hiking for about 15 minutes. As soon as I got to the border, like just south of Peeler Lake, where the border of Forest Service and Park Service is, there's a ranger standing there. So we talked a bit. I just pulled out my permit, showed it to him, chatted for a little bit. So I'm glad I got out of that campsite when I did, because he was heading up that way. But he did look like a Park Service, not Forest Service. So I don't know if there's, reciprocity in enforcement. I have no clue, but anyhow. Also asked him about the administration of firefighting within the parks, after those fires in Lassen, or that fire in Lassen, and watching those planes kind of fight that. I was curious about that. So he spoke about really it depends on the size of the fire, whether they incorporate CAL FIRE and then more federal agencies. But he said with this one being about 275 acres, I told him that because that's what it was the day we left. He said that's probably just administered locally. Now, locally by who? I don't know exactly what that means. It's not the Chester Fire Department, I know that much, but I think it's a local Forest Service or the local fire service within, I don't know, some sort of agency there. Anyhow, I'll stop rambling about that and get moving. Alright, so I just came from right there. Some little signs here. This one says, I believe, Bucket Pass. And here we've got a sign for Carrot Canyon, 9.6, Benson Lake, 9.9, Burrow Pass, 10. And then, of course, there we've got Peeler and Twin Lakes going in that direction. So about 10 miles, and I'll be there and get going through this really nice meadow here. Yeah, I've been hiking along this meadow for a good 30 minutes, and man, it's always nice in the morning hiking in these areas. It's pretty, it's open, you get a nice cool breeze, but it's morning, so it's a little chilly. You're also kind of, nice and exposed with the sun. It's kind of a perfect balance, yeah, just really enjoying it. So more meadow. Yeah, it's just been all morning just hiking this kind of terrain. It's endlessly enjoyable. It just keeps going and going. It'll stop at some point, but this is nice. I found a perfect little break spot here. I've been hiking for 2 hours. I'm heading towards the base of Suey Pass, I believe, which is either on that ridge or kind of back behind those trees somewhere. Anyhow, I am close to the base of it and ready to kind of rinse my feet, have some snacks, drink some water, take 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour at this place. This is pretty great. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't want to footprint it up too much, but man, oh man, look at that. Lovely. Kind of goes down there. It's a low snow year, so I'd imagine on normal years, it's probably in the portion I'm walking in right now. But yeah, either way, it's pretty nice. Well, heading up to at some point, still heading towards Sui Peak Pass, and kind of in this like I don't know, I call it like a nice woods walk, you know, up on this nice slope. You know, down there's a creek. Yeah, this is nice, you know. Very, very pretty, shady. You get the wolf lichen on these trees, which I saw a lot of up in Lassen. Yeah, you definitely need shade for that. Well, this feels like a pass, a low pass. Just a little, oh yeah, a little saddle in between these two kind of ridges on either side. But looks like I'm just going to drop down now. This approach trail to Benson Lake is pretty cool. Very, very woodsy, very Tolkien-esque, I think. I'm either walking on a trail or a river drainage. It's a trail, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Boy, oh boy. Well, here we are at Benson Lake with its its beach. Yeah, boy. This is beautiful. There's a woman over there, flunked in the shade, reading a book. Yeah, maybe taking a break. I don't know if she's going to be here tonight, but that's it as far as I can see. I thought that guy I saw previously might be here, but boy. This is something else. I mean, that's like, look at that water, nice and choppy. It's probably full of leeches or something. No, I don't think so. Took a couple swims, filtered water, kind of cleaned my feet off a bit, and then came back up here to where I set up camp really quick next to this kind of really old, pretty gnarly looking tree. There's my pack for size there, I guess, for scale. And then I'm right back here, kind of in the shade, not out of the wind. The wind's pretty strong here, but yeah, nice little spot. Go around this tree, excuse me. Right here. So we got a little bit of a kind of break from the wind right there with that tree, but it's not going to make much of a difference, and that's fine. This is nice during the day. I'm sure at night the wind dies down. Now I just have about 11 miles of downhill till I get to Pate. 11 miles of down climb though can be pretty grueling, I guess. But yeah, gonna take a break in a little bit. It's always so great going through these kind of shaded, you know, dappled light kind of stands with ferns. That's just the sun on those always looks so great. I'm gonna filter some water and get cleaned up a bit after a pretty rough day, man. A rough afternoon, rough half day at least. Yeah, more on that later. Unfortunately, kind of broke this guy. And if you see that top kind of, you know, jaw or kind of bite that goes around the camera broke off when I was down filtering water. I guess I just set it down just so that hit a rock and it broke. I do have super glue, so maybe I'll use that. And then now I'm gonna start some work on my leg here. It's a good scrape. That one guy right here, he's kind of a deep one. You know, not real deep or anything like that. It's not like a real kind of wound or anything like that. It's just a really good scrape. So I'm gonna put some triple antibiotic on it. You know, hopefully overnight it seals up pretty good. Because I want to swim tomorrow, and hopefully I have a viable scab so I can do that. You know, I did rinse off in the river tonight, man, and I'm thinking like, maybe brain-eating amoebas are making their way up my femoral artery as we speak. I don't know. Or coronavirus, or huntavirus. I don't know. Yeah, I did think of that when I was in the river, but I'll take a little bit of grubby, you know, river water over just filthy legs that are sweating, you know, God knows what, in the dirt down into this. So yeah, get this cleaned up tonight, and hopefully it's everything's looking good tomorrow. Kind of a strange day. Second half was pretty tough, and again, I'll just get into that a little bit more. Yeah, man, rough coming down Pate. I mean, those last, from that junction where it's about I think it's 4.7 miles, 4.9, I don't remember. It is just, it's dry, steep switchbacks for the majority of it. It's like the toughest kind of short, well, not short, 4 plus miles. But that was really difficult. Completely exposed, and it's really hot. Was up there at least. It's better in the shade now, you know, obviously. But yeah, man, just total exposure, steep, just hundreds it seemed like. I mean, I don't think I'm exaggerating, of switchbacks that were just rocky and dusty, and you know, that rattler you know, gave me my little thing right here, which I put a triple antibiotic on before it fully scabbed over. I don't know if that's a bad idea or not. I don't know. I'll find out. Yeah, just rough. Those last 4+ miles were very difficult. And the 2 water sources I was kind of hoping for, counting on, they were all dried up. So dry creeks. So I was out of water for a portion of it, for a good portion of it. And I was suffering, you know. I was kind of getting concerned about heat exhaustion, and I was starting to get a headache, definitely a little loopy, and just weak, and yeah, it was tough. About I don't know, 5 to 8 or something like that in the morning. And I just drinking some coffee, feeling a lot better than I was last night. This guy is scabbed up nicely, although there's still a little bit of work to be done. My fix, super glue fix for the little bracket for my phone, that seems to be holding up. I'm using that right now, and who knows? Day's young though. So yesterday came from Benson up here, followed the PCT down here, and a lot of this is switchbacks. You know, this is like a 750. I'm not sure which. Let's just go with 2,500 foot climb up to this point here. And then you're leaving the PCT, and I came down this trail here into Rogers Meadow. And then followed that here, and now we're going on to the portion of I don't know, the map that's not included on the main map. So just a little print off I did. Sorry, I haven't had much coffee yet. Came through Rogers Creek here, and this is all kind of woods walk stuff. On kind of cutting across the incline here, so you can see the lines are stacked up this way. So this way was kind of cutting across. You can see a portion of it here going up. That was kind of a sloggy one, I guess. And then right through here, you hit this junction here with this trail, and I forget where that goes because it's not on the main map here. But from this junction to where I am now, this is basically just all switchbacks with full exposure, and it was really rough. I was low on water because there's a couple creek crossings on here that were dry, so they didn't have any water. I was hiking from this point to this point, which is 4.7 miles, I think, with about a half a liter, which I used pretty sparingly, and I could feel it too. The rattlesnake was right here. That's where I took my spill and got my shin temporary tattoo. That scared me, and it really sucks that I took the spill that I took, because I'm kind of debating whether I'll be able to swim in the Tuolumne today. I'll probably end up doing so, though. Anyhow, switchbacks down here to camp. There's a few other people here. A guy and his father. That was the surly guy with the stick. And then a couple, and then the hammock hanging person a little bit up this little valley from me. So that's it. Today I'll be heading up the Grand Canyon of the Tuolumne River. Well, trail just kind of met up with the Tuolumne River. So here begins hopefully a really lovely hike today. Alright, some more of these guys. This one's not a rattler, although he did rattle. I guess that's I don't know if that's a copperhead or what. I'm not going to get too close. Diamondback. Yeah, he's just sitting right here in the sun. And apparently there's lots of snakes on this trail, so yeah, look at that. Boy. And I think this is just the start of it right here. It's just one after the other all the way up for miles, from what I understand, so beautiful. Ah, boy. Yeah, I'm getting winded a bit. This is heading up into this canyon from pretty much far back there. And right now the trail is this kind of stuff, like almost a cobblestone kind of trail. It just always amazes me that they take the time to do this. Or at least did at one point. Yeah. Alright. Oh, boy, back down at the river. After a good deal man, that high, hot, rugged, dry, exposed stuff is pretty, and it's a cool feeling being up there, but it's a better feeling being down here. So yeah, I'm gonna chill out a little bit. Drink some water, filter some water, kind of rinse off a little bit. I think this looks like a perfect spot right here. See you in a few. LeConte Falls, really great. Boy, oh boy. Just getting off the trail here, but yeah. How nice is that? Shoes have definitely had it. Just above those falls there. Man, oh man. Oh boy. Well, just stopped and dunked myself in the water, filtered water, washed my feet and my clothes. And the place I dunked myself next to these falls is this pool. Next to these falls. Boy, oh boy. And yeah, this is really nice. The tent is right up there, and we're going to take a look at that in a second. Alright, so the trail's staying kind of back behind here. Not sure exactly where, but came down through there, walked over, and then there's someone who's kind of camped near me. I didn't realize it. Feel bad because she's right back in here. And I'm right here, and I'm sure I was talking to myself when I was setting up. She probably thought I was with someone. But that's where I filtered my water, kind of to the right of where she is. I think she's part of a party of people on the other side of that like slab right there, back in those woods. And then here's the campsite here. So that's kind of some water hanging. It's kind of, that's pretty, it's got to be one of the best campsites ever, I mean. Alright. I have no idea if I'm in frame here or not. Oh. Well, I'm in my tent. I just, man, ate my dinner. maybe 10% of it went down quick, and then the rest took me about an hour or so. I just sat there with a bottle of water, chewing this sludge, and I'm just nauseous. The heat really got to me, and like, it's nice talking to other people. The woman and her hiking partner Sheldon down here. Sheldon came out a little bit. They were sitting out there after the sun, well, as it was going down, but he had heat exhaustion too that they got 2 days ago, and so he's been doing like 3-mile days. But he's had it worse. So he's getting, muscle cramps more severely and stuff. I've had some a little bit, but it's more just this nauseousness and like being in nausea, being in the sunlight, hiking. I mean, even if it just makes me feel disgusting, So anyhow, I think I'm gonna sleep tonight better than any other night because I have waterfalls. I'm up high. I don't have to worry about anything. It's kind of a cool spot because at first I was like, should I stay up here? And then I came across people down there a little bit. And they were like, yeah, I think there's some other sites too. So I sat down here, apparently right kind of on top of some people who are hidden in the trees below me. So it's kind of like this super kind of desolate, remote kind of site. That's right next to California Falls. It's pretty spectacular, but you have that little bit of like, well, there's other people around, and sometimes that's pretty good, especially when you're feeling like I'm feeling. It's nice to know that there's some other human beings in the vicinity. Pate Valley would probably be about where that rock is. Okay, so yesterday I came up Pate Valley through here and then climbed up around Muir Gorge. That was really kind of dry. That was a little rough there. And the people that stayed kind of next to me tonight, or a little bit kind of down in the trees, Sheldon, that's where he got hit really hard. So they've been doing little segments along here. Anyhow, I came up through here, hit the footbridge, and was looking for some spots that I was told were around there, just preceding it, just before here, but I didn't see anything, So I came here, sat down for a good 30-40 minutes, not knowing really what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this kind of more scenic stuff, and these kind of more, there's a lot of beautiful waterfalls here. I was feeling rough, and I wanted to do these on fresh legs, new start, but I just decided to push on to make progress and just force myself to stop and take photos and stuff. So I did that, continued on up, and ended up camping here at California Falls, and there was 2 other parties that I know of that were around. So it was Tracy and Sheldon, who were close to me, and then a little bit west of us there's another party of at least 4 people, I think. Anyhow, so I'm going to continue on today down through Glen Allen. Should be kind of quick. You can see it's kind of through just a nice kind of meadow. I'm going to filter water here at the junction with the PCT, and it's a 7-mile dry stretch, so I'm going to just fill up 2.75 liters of water, head north through Cold Canyon, up here to Return Creek, and that's where I was intending on staying. But I'm making really good time, even feeling kind of crappy, and I ate a little bit bigger breakfast today, which is 2 peanut butters, not 1. So I was going to stop here, but I'm going to continue on, cutting west on the PCT still, up these switchbacks, down here to Miller Lake, and then camp there. And I'll probably go over that, again tomorrow a little bit. But that's the plan anyhow. So I hope to get here, afternoon, 4 o'clock, something like that. Nice lake camping, that'll be welcome. And then tomorrow head up north. So here we go, a little bit more of what I've become accustomed to past 4 years in Seki, you know, this kind of giant, you know, just granite mountains. This would be kind of, well, I don't know where this would be comparable to up there, but yeah, I haven't really seen anything like this so far on this hike. So it's kind of like when I saw this, it actually kind of, you know, it kind of lifted my spirits a little bit. Yeah, nice views. So here's the site here. It's one of these kind of guys. People have been burning stuff, and I don't know. I guess maybe that's legal around here. At this elevation, I mean. Tents here, set it up quickly, considering those clouds. When I arrived here, there were people maybe 50 feet ahead of me on that on the beach. You can see back there where the trail comes down. Kind of see a lot of these groups down here. I know a lot, but half the time when I run into people, it's like a group of like 10 or 12, and I don't know if it's like kind of you know, what's that, outdoor souls or whatever. Anyhow, yeah, they broke that way. I'm assuming there's kind of more, perhaps better campsites for them. I stuck up here. Yeah, it's just a, you know, little pad here. Let me check on the thing. I still feel a little queasy, so I'm making chicken stock, some good old Goya chicken stock here, with some of my dehydrated rice that I cooked in chicken stock. So I'm gonna have me a brothy brew, maybe with little bits of cheese in it. Yeah, from this guy right here. Yeah. So quickly down this way is where, and you can see the trails right here, pretty close to it, which is fine, I guess. And then here's the lake right here. Pretty, actually, it kind of dives off kind of deep right there. So a swim would be occurring right now if this storm wasn't coming through. But maybe later, maybe tomorrow. I doubt it. I hope it's not raining tomorrow. But anyhow, that's where I filtered the water. Oh man, I just put my heel on my scrapey leg. So yeah, that's the site. All right, let's see how this stuff's doing. Mediocre. Kind of waiting for the other shoe to show. At least the clouds that were raining for about an hour or so, hour and a half, I don't know, seem to have moved on. There's still stuff to be had though, but it's nice. It's cooled down a bit. Man, I feel so much better than I did yesterday. This time yesterday, I thought I was gonna vomit. I was just, that heat just got me. Man, chicken stock with rice and some chunks of cheese in it. That was so good. After dinner tonight, I'm gonna have that again. That's gonna be like a little snack, pre-bed snack. But you can see there's still thunderheads out there. I don't know where they're going, but I'll leave the fly on tonight with the doors up, see what happens, and hopefully nothing will. All right, so it's day number 6 here. It's gonna be my last full day. That's what I'm assuming, at least. We'll see. I'm good for 7 though. So yesterday I camped at California Falls here and hiked up to Glen Allen, the junction here, and then north up Cold Canyon, which was pretty nice. Sorry about that. Um, came up through here, some slight switchbacky stuff, and then I'm gonna take off my sunglasses. I can't really see the screen too well. And then from this junction here, where I filtered, kind of rinsed a bit, took care of my feet a little bit, came down through here to Miller Lake. That's when the rain clouds were starting to come in, kind of right after I got here. I could see some clouds in the distance, but they started moving in after I got here, set up and everything. So that was nice. It gave me time to kind of get my stuff together, filter water, cook some food and stuff. That wonderful broth with rice. So there were some people, some group of kids, like I said, they're being kind of loud, in the evening, not at night, but they quieted down. So they were just kind of, I don't know, being kids, I guess. I mean, it wasn't obnoxious. There was no music, but, just making, bird calls and stuff like that. No big deal. Anyhow, it's about 8:40 maybe right now. And I'm going to head north from Miller Lake. At the junction here, I'm going to break away from the PCT into Matterhorn Canyon and go north. So here, let me clean off the debris. North up through Matterhorn Canyon. Through here, it's pretty much all flat for probably the first 4 miles of it. And then here you start a slow climb. And if I kind of get in here a bit, you can see the elevation starts getting packed more tightly here. I'll hit Burrow Pass hopefully at 1 p.m. That's my goal. And then break down through here, drop a little bit, but not too much along here. I'm going to assume that there's no water up here. I'll ask people. Hopefully I'll get some opposing traffic, I guess, and be able to get information on water sources, because I don't feel like carrying my entire capacity. Gonna head here, keep going west to Mule Pass, and then over Mule Pass, past Crown Lake, where I had originally intended on staying, and I'm gonna try to go down to Robinson Lakes. That gives me a little bit shorter distance tomorrow for my hike out, which should be about 3 hours, I'm guessing. We'll see though, and a little bit more tomorrow morning. Just hopefully I am over that heat stroke fully. I feel like I've fully recuperated. I feel good. The sun isn't making me feel weird when I'm in it. So today I'm hoping goes nice and strong and relatively easy. Yeah, that's really nice, man. And those are the sawtooths up there, I think. I'm not sure if that's a sawtooth range. I believe those are the finger peaks here. And I think I'm going up around this guy and then up more proper switchbacks, I guess. But so far pretty nice, man. Today's the best day of hiking so far. This is one of those spots where I pull out my camera in anticipation of perhaps hitting the pass. And once I get up here, I'll look at a 1,000-foot wall you still got to continue over. Now, I don't know. I'm hoping that's not it. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've hit my pass. This is Burrow Pass here. Alright, coming down the switchbacks here from Burrow Pass into this nice meadow with a little stream coming through, which is good to see because I know I have water. So I don't have to stop and filter right now. And yeah, sawtooths all around here. Yeah, very pretty. Alright, so this is the approach, or I guess the switchbacks going up to Mule Pass. I know we get back up there, I think back to 10,500. But it's only 1,000-foot climb versus the 2 that I did earlier today. So I'm assuming I'm getting closer to the pass. I don't know. This could be a false pass though. But yeah, those kind of views popping up around. So getting back up in elevation. Yeah, but I love these kind of see through the trees there. It's more like not so much a wall of rock, but it almost looks like, you know, hobbled together boulders, you know, like there's joints there and kind of rounded. I don't know, I always think those look really cool. Alright, so here it is, Mule Pass. You can kind of see, well, at least the area that Burro Pass is, kind of centered in the back there. This wasn't quite as spectacular. You know, you get up to the pass, and then here. So probably wind down around some stuff and drop down, but certainly no magical pass moment, which is fine. One of those a day is perfectly good with me. This meadow is pretty cool. Down here, it's just this little, you know, kind of small flat guy with a lake at the end. Yeah, it's pretty, I don't know, pretty nice, man. Yeah. Look at this, hiking through these kind of bushes, kind of shrubs here. It's kind of nice. Well, I'm curious what that is back there, because I think that's where I'm headed. We'll see, I might be going that direction. Got to get my bearings once I get through this kind of cool looking brush. So this is quite a thunderhead here. It's coming up, you know, it seems over these passes, but man, you know, it is so hard to tell where they're headed. But I'm headed down and I'm moving quick. Now here's Crown Lake right here, my first glimpse of it. So I'll be beating the storm, but let's see what it looks like kind of on the other side, because this side looks sludgy and marshy. Yeah. Okay. I just talked for a few minutes, having not pressed the record button. Let's try this again. So Robinson Lakes. This is it's 2 lakes. It's a smaller lake and a larger lake. I'm at actually the larger lake, which is below the smaller lake. I'm camped right next to the smaller lake. It's pretty, it's nice. Yeah, it's my fantasy lake. It doesn't meet those requirements. That is like, you know, clear crystal blue water with rocky bottoms you can just basically dive off the shore into. But I don't know, I guess I'm kind of spoiled from those lakes up in Lassen, and then all the stuff in Seki seem to be like that. Yeah, these thunderheads are coming in. I'm gonna leave my rainfly off for a bit though. I'm gonna see if I can tempt fate. Or trick it. Thunderheads over there, so we're kind of surrounded, you know, and there's people everywhere. I think I was saying in the previous non-recording that this is just like a day hikes in from Twin Lakes. So yeah, as soon as I started approaching, well, frankly, from Crown Lake down to here, which is just a mile up, this is just, someone every 100 feet, or, if you've seen tents all over the place. So you can't see them right here, but they're back there, man. And then, yeah, just filtered water. Filtered my water for the evening and the morning down here on this rock. There's a nice little 5-6 foot jump right there that I'm not going to do with a jury-rigged camera bracket or holder, I guess. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up to the campsite and show you that. Alright, so down there is where I was recording earlier. I just don't want to be walking and talking a lot, so I kind of shut it off for a second. But here's the trail we're gonna cross really quickly. And kind of down through here. Yeah. Here's my setup for the night. Yeah, right, kind of along a little path, or in the middle of a little path that goes around the lake, but it's not a proper path or a official one. Just a little kind of meandering kind of thing people do to check out the lake at night. But I think, well, you never know, man. People might actually come in and walk right around my tent. Let me set my stuff down here. And I'll show you kind of the Robinson Lake that's a little bit higher. It's very pretty. It looks like it should be, well, like it should be exactly where it is, but kind of mucky and green, but really nice. There's some people. Oh, they got a spot back there, man. Let's check these guys out. Oh yeah, that's the jelly right there. All right, so this is it here. You can maybe hear some other voices, but yeah, there's people all around here. Been listening to a conversation for a little bit since I got to the spot. Anyhow, that's it for camp-related recordings. I'm gonna get out of my wet shorts and into some jammies and start thinking about food. There's that thunderhead that looked like it was coming directly at us, and it's kind of heading, well, I guess that'd be kind of south from us, southwest, but you can hear the thunder in it. Maybe it'll do something here in a second. Anyhow, it's raining up there. You can see it. Is it going to come this way? I don't know. Be kind of nice to get one of those short, quick, cold ones. I've already rinsed off. I've already filtered. I'm set, man, for the night, so I'm cool with whatever these clouds want to do. As long as they do it tonight and then leave me alone. Alright, so it's evening, and I usually do this in the morning, but my battery power's low. And my external charger is depleted, so I'm just going to do this tonight, and hope I have something left in the morning for the small portion of the trail I'll be on before the return trail, so I can get something there. So today I started out at Miller, left Miller at, I believe, 8:45, and headed down here to Matterhorn Canyon and up through here, and then continued on Matterhorn Canyon, and then I started to climb right around here, kind of gradual, and you can see the elevation gets packed more tightly over Burro Pass, and Burro Pass was definitely the highlight of the day. And I know it was supposed to be, Tuolumne Falls was kind of what I was looking forward to, but I have to say today was the best day of hiking for me. I really enjoyed that upper portion of Burro Pass, or the approach trail through Matterhorn. So Burro Pass, went down, came through here through a really, really beautiful meadow, really wonderful, and then started going up through those weird kind of rounded, bouldery, very organic looking, almost like fat rolls or something of rocks, and then over Mule Pass, and then that's when I started seeing those storm clouds move in. So I huffed it down through here. I mean, I was basically running down switchbacks, rocky, sandy ones too. And then I broke this way and got to Crown Lake. The clouds seemed to be holding off, so I was going to continue toward my destination of Robinson Lakes, which I'm arrived at just now, and I'm right here in between the two lakes, like right there in between the both of them. So tomorrow I'll head out to here, and then this is the trail I came up. So this may be my last video for this trip. We'll see how we're looking in the morning, but yeah, altogether it was a really good day. It's kind of a weird place to end the trip because I don't know, it kind of feels like I'm already off the trail as far as like being around people goes. Not necessarily a bad thing, I guess. Just kind of shocking. There's a lot of people up here, and I was surprised. I don't know if that's kind of a COVID related thing. Doesn't really matter. But anyhow.